Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back. It is exactly 9:37 a.m. You're listening to News and Views on Salam Media. Next online, we are going to be talking with a Palestinian advocate and a lecturer at the Quds University in Jerusalem. He is a member of the Mizan delegation that is currently touring South Africa. He is, let's just try and get his name, Dr. Durgham Said. Assalamu alaikum to you. Welcome to the program.
Assalamu alaikum. Thank you so much for having me.
Lovely to have you here, and I do hope that you will enjoy visiting South Africa and inshallah in the process be able to learn things, and I understand you are on a fact-finding mission. I do hope that it is going to help you and the people of your country, the people of Palestine, in their struggle against the apartheid that they are undergoing right now.
Thank you so much. Yeah, that's right. So we came from Palestine directly to South Africa, human rights activists and delegation from El Mizan, a human rights organization, to learn firsthand about the South African case, to learn firsthand about what happened here, the experience of the South Africans. We have it the same exactly in Palestine. And we hope that the same that you, the people of South Africa, won this battle against apartheid. I think that our battle still is going on, and I hope that at a certain point we will win and we will end the Israeli apartheid against the Palestinians.
Inshallah, inshallah, du'as with you all the way. What sort of facts are you hoping to unravel whilst on your tour? And I'm kind of wondering, alhamdulillah, we here in South Africa are almost 30 years now in a democratic situation here. I'm wondering, what are you hoping your findings would look like?
Look, we are looking for the methods, the struggle that the South Africans took and eventually won the struggle against apartheid. How did they do it? What were the similarities and the differences between the both cases? What can we take from the unity of all the people of the South Africa, meaning the blacks, the Indians, and the colored people? How they united all together to reach one goal and how they united or how they managed to have one cause all together. As a Palestinian, I may say that we have many parties. We are a little bit fragmented, and we would like to figure out how people overcome the differences between themselves to reach the common goal of all. This is on the one hand. On the other hand, we would like to see and to know more about the legal process that took place here in South Africa during the apartheid. What kind of methods that were taken against? Most of us in the delegation are lawyers and practicing law back home in Palestine and practicing law and also in the Israeli court. So we would like to see what kind of comparative issues that we can take from here in order to support our cause back home. So these are the main things. When you visit South Africa and you see what happened here, and you meet with people, you meet with organizations, you go and visit the neighborhoods and the segregated neighborhoods, the history of discrimination and the segregation and the evacuation of people from certain areas. I can tell that most of the practices here look almost the same that we have back in Palestine. The only difference now that for you is history, for us this is our current situation.
From the way I read it, it seems as if the current situation of the Palestinians is 10 times or 100-fold worse than it was under apartheid rule here in South Africa. But be that as it may, I also understand that the delegation were in Lenasia yesterday, giving a talk at the Impala Crescent Primary School. How did that go down, and what did you pick up from yesterday's talks at the in Lenasia?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, let's begin with that. That what the history of Malaysia is similar of many of our, let's say, towns that in Palestine where people were evacuated from certain places and moved to another place forcibly. This is one thing to start with. The second thing that the way that the white supremacists treated others, it looks similar in a way that, they also tried in a way to bribe the Indians in South Africa by establishing different kinds of parliaments to privilege them, to give them some privilege to, let's say, find a way to how to fragment people. And we have the same method taking place by the Israelis by fragmenting us to different classes of, let's say, not different classes, different groups, okay? So you have Palestinians living in the West Bank and Gaza, and you have Palestinians living inside Israel, and you have Palestinians living in Jerusalem, and each one of these groups has his own certain, his own, let's say, classified legal status and, let's say, special status. So in these divisions, among these divisions, the Israelis are trying, to maneuver between all groups. And this is, let's say, similar to what happened here with the Indians in South Africa by trying to give them some, advantages and to make them as a privileged group, to separate them from other, their brothers, black brothers and colored brothers. But eventually, alhamdulillah, they didn't succeed. And I hope that they won't succeed with the Israeli-Palestinian case.
Inshallah, inshallah. But there are a lot of restrictions within Palestine as well. Palestinians are not allowed to move freely. You have hundreds and hundreds upon hundreds of checkpoints. Even people going to visit hospitals, etc., have to go through checkpoints and sometimes not even reach their appointed destination on time. Do you think that for Palestinian people to break those checkpoints down, would that ever become a reality?
Checkpoints in Palestine are part of our daily, let's say, what we face like the daily in Palestine, maybe freely moving from one place to another. The checkpoints, are a very big issue. The thing is that eventually we think, and we, inshallah, we will find our way to overcome these points and at a certain point, free Palestine and.
Okay, Dr. Said. Sorry, Mark. Dr. Said, the line is very bad. Can you just move around or stand still where you are? When the interview started, I could hear you very clearly, but now it's breaking up.
I see. Unfortunately, and now we are in a bus. We are on our way to our destination. So I can say that, yeah, I barely hear most of your questions, but I can't stop the bus here.
Okay, you can just stand still and not move around so that I can hear you clearly. Moving forward, I know that freedom of movement in Palestine is a huge problem. As we've just discussed the issue around checkpoints, etc. Going forward, who are the organizations you're hoping to meet with, and what sort of a deeper understanding are you hoping to take back with you to Palestine? And more importantly, do you think that it would work in Palestine? It's going to take years and years and years. I hope I'm wrong, but it's going to take years and years before the Palestinians will eventually, inshallah, achieve their freedom.
You are right. It will take years, and I think we should be optimistic, and we should keep struggling for our own freedom. You know, as the case in South Africa, you know, people are marching and taking the streets in 1948, the same exact year where Israel was established and occupied Palestine. And you kept fighting and you kept struggling, and we look very highly to this kind of experience, and we hope that we will keep fighting, keep struggling, keep resisting, and uprising against Israel. We know that it's a very hard way to take, and we know it's not going to be an easy journey, and we know that we are going to suffer, and we might a lot of souls, and might have a lot of injuries, etc. But this is the way for liberation. This is the way for freedom. We will never give up. We always have hope, and eventually, inshallah, we will reach our destiny. We will reach our liberation.
Inshallah, Amin. Our thoughts and du'as are with you. The line is very bad, so unfortunately, we're going to have to leave it there. But undoubtedly, we will be talking with you again, or alternatively, one of my colleagues here at Salam Media will try and interview you and your group here sometime during the course of the week. Thank you for being with us, and we do hope you go back with a lot of information to be able to liberate yourselves as a Palestinian people, inshallah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
The time is exactly 9:49 a.m. Our final interview for the morning is with Marumo Sekhobela. He is a program manager at an organization called Save the Children South Africa.